Welcome. Brothers, I'm D.
I'm Nate.
This is the Future Fathers FM podcast.
Yeah. Get the classic.
See, I know where my buttons are now. I didn't even need to look at that one too bad. That felt good. That really did. Bro, how you been?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
A lot of things been going on in my personal life and that. A bit mad, but we're here, we're alive. We're kicking. Here to give it to the future fathers, bro.
Good.
How you been?
I've been alright myself, not too bad. Just getting on with life as you do. Dad's always on job, and job will take care of itself. That's all there is to it, man. Well, bro, seeing as how we've had an alright week, not been too bad. I think today we're going to focus on the children a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Because I was watching a video. Well, I was watching some stuff on YouTube this morning.
Yeah.
And there was a video of a girl who she had her baby young.
Yeah.
And baby wasn't doing too well. Baby's in intensive care.
Yeah.
And she's dancing on TikTok.
Yeah.
With the baby in the foreground. I was like, huh? To me, that didn't make sense. The guy watching the video kind of broke it down.
What do you mean the baby was in the club?
No, bro. There's no club. In intensive care in the hospital.
Oh, she's doing a TikTok dance and the baby's there.
Yeah. And put up captions about my baby's not breathing. I wonder when he's going to take his next breath. I was like, but this is mad.
Yeah.
And the dude said that he basically came around to the thinking that coping mechanisms today are completely different.
Fam.
Exactly.
Different. I know what you're talking about. There's mad things I've seen, like where the mum's there talking about doing a TikTok dance, and the youths, not really the youths, not intensive care, it's a bit older than that.
Yeah.
Maybe 1, 2, and they're talking about when's the youth dad gonna come and take his youth. It's mad. It's like I'll be real with you. How do you critique something that you was never a part of?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know. They spend all their time on TikTok and they spend all their time doing these things. Attention.
This is it though.
You get me? But my thing then, like, I know it's about the kids and that thing, but my thing always comes back to like, what's the thing surrounding this, innit? Like, so is their parents, as the young mum got parents? If the young mum's got parents, how involved are they in that young lady's life? You get me?
Yeah.
And then what type of people are they? Like, because it's easy to sit there and say, oh yeah, because people don't have me, like, oh, I'm a certain way, I'm where I'm at. You got to look at the background, like, you got to look at
everything comes into play, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, coping mechanisms have changed, and especially for the young ones. Like, with school, for instance.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying. How they deal with that is different to how we used to deal with, how I used to deal with bullying back at school. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same. I don't see, right? You see that? It comes back to what you were saying. If you've got your parents that are involved, that are helping you day to day, coping with, learning how to cope with different situations, it's a little bit easier for the child to learn how to cope with things. But when you've got children who are dealing with certain situations and their parents don't know how to deal with it,
it's mad.
It is a bit.
You know what? Like, you said something very real. Yeah, in man's day, this is the truth. Yeah, you ever had films or music that kind of guided you, that not guided you, but like,
I like, what you're saying.
You get me?
There was a lot of morals and different things.
Not even morals, like, even like, you just but you saw things like how, like, so for example, like when you see these little kids slam doors on the TV.
Oh, okay,
you get me? So you pick it up, you try to slam a door. Depending on how your parents are, it goes either way, innit? But now it's like they watch each other. Like, we were watching scripted and written things. They are watching real life. So excuse me. I'm 16.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok. I've got a youth. Yeah. On my TikTok, there's gonna be other 16-year-old brothers, 18-year-old brothers. A lot of them might not have youths. A lot of them might still be in their drip phase and doing up cars and doing up this and doing up that. And
Yep.
they don't want to be left out. So obviously, like, yeah, back in my day, like, yeah, cool. Like, you had Jay kind of young, you get me?
Yeah.
And I can imagine the whole feeling like missing out. But if you're not with the guys every day, it's not in your face, innit? But now,
definitely,
it's in their face.
yeah, you can't get away from it.
You get me? That chick, yeah. When you talk to me about chick, I'm thinking a couple of things. I'm thinking, number one, is she happy that she's a mum? Because we don't know that. You're young.
That's very true.
And you're jumping on TikTok.
Yep.
And you're showing off your youth, number one, yeah. Number two, is it for attention? Because it's a TikTok and your youth's in ICU, tubed up, and you've got the caption what it is, and everyone is really cats for attention these days.
Yep, that's right. And you know someone's gonna look at that.
Yeah. Or three, did you just not care? Like, is it just back to normal thing resumes? You get me? So in my head, like, I'd love to say, yeah, that's mad, like, because it is mad.
It
but
is.
Raw, like, I think in my older, like, not older age, yeah, but I think the older I'm getting, yeah, I'm looking at myself as well, like, I think, raw, like, there's bare things that, I would have thought from my younger days would have affected how I am now, or how I look at things and better. You get me, fam?
Me too.
Those, like, yeah, sometimes it's not black and white, but that's a mad one, those stories.
It is, bro, because, like, how do you, like, not to be funny, obviously the child's not doing well, yeah? And this goes for any given situation.
Sorry to cut you as well, I'm going to say, and this is what people forget about film, yeah?
Oh, well.
She might have just done that on a one-away. The whole other hours in the day, where she was with her, I don't know, innit, you get me?
Is exactly it.
But that 30 seconds, yeah, obviously it might have taken a couple takes to get it right. I don't know, I see the video, you get me? But that 30 seconds or however long, that's a small window into the whole day of that girl and you and the situations of what's going on.
That's one moment out
You get me?
of that existence.
But I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, Zoom, she was premature and she was in ICU. She was in Scaloo.
Yeah.
You get me? Bro, there weren't. Obviously, I'm not a TikTok man. But there weren't no, like, gram videos like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna do
like,
that.
oh yeah, she's here tubed up. Wonder if she's gonna get out of, like, that's not how we.
Right, that's not your coping mechanism. Yeah, you're not gonna deal with it like that.
I'll call you. I'll talk to her mum. I might burn a zoo outside, and that's what I used to do. Like, go to the hospital. Like, obviously the mum was wrapped up as well. She didn't get to see her for a few days, for like about a week or so. Like,
I remember that.
After the birth, and so I was bouncing between the two. And obviously, man was pissed, and man went out here doing mad shit. I was out here burning zoots, going home, having a shower, burning the zoot, and then coming back to the hospital. You get me?
But that was your coping mechanism at the time. For you, it was easier for you to deal with the situation, as you said, by going back and forward.
Yeah, bro.
Going and showering, keeping yourself fresh, burning something.
Man was there, don't get twisted, but yeah, because even man's thing was telling my girls, telling man, yo, like, you need to go home, take 5 minutes, and then do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but you know, as a dad, it's not as
easy as that.
I'm good.
You get me? Yes, I'm good.
Yeah.
You get me? And then raw, something happens, you're like, raw, you know what? Yeah.
Until everyone's at home, safe and sound.
Yeah, that's when everything.
That's when I'm actually good. That's when I'm good. But until then, I'll tell you I'm okay, because you need to hear that I'm fine. But then that feeds into somebody else's coping mechanism. How do they deal with certain situations? And I only drew that one out because that's what made me think about this today. I was like, well, how many other people would put themselves in that position? I don't know. But then in the same situation, in a similar situation, your coping mechanism. I know hundreds of people that would do the same thing you did.
But that's because we're in the same kind of time bracket. Them man there,
right?
They're like I said, they're youths watching youth. She's probably seen someone else do a TikTok video with her. This is what I'm saying. With her youth, with their youth, and that youth's fine or whatever. But it's just that whole new mum thing, do a TikTok. But now You get me? You've got your it's a bit sticky.
Yeah.
But you still want to feel the same euphoria. Because it's like, I look at TikTok, all these things, yeah. Like adverts for night trainers and that, cause, yeah. Like there's bare adverts, bare 30-second adverts of people's life all day. This is what life can be like. Yeah, this is what life can be like. Advertising. Yeah, some people are pricks. Some people bad up their parents.
Right.
Some people have it all. Some people don't really have nothing.
Some people like to make jokes.
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying to you? So it's just bare clips, and that person, depending on what type of minds you are, innit, like these youths, they'll just grab and gravitate to what they like. So
Yeah.
I can imagine that I don't know the age, but a young pregnant lady and that, who maybe not be like fully well guided and that, might just be sitting on TikTok all day and see other chicks who's pregnant, young, and doing other, and just say if it's young pregnant, that it's about like just maturity of mothers in it, and fathers as well, and fathers are.
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
Maturity levels.
Of course it is. And this is why I brought up this subject in particular, because as you done pointed out, how you dealt with it was different to how she dealt with it. Now, you apply the same thing to any given situation. Well, not the same thing. You apply something similar to a similar situation. So if you drop something, yeah, and you lose, let's just say you lose some money, yeah, and your intention was to take that money somewhere and do something with it, yeah, and now you ain't got it. How you gonna cope with that?
I'm cussing.
Right, you're cussing. Right, exactly.
Out for the first, I get all the toxicity out. I'm cussing for the first maybe like a minute or so, and then I gather myself, and then it's either like, alright, cool, or whatever, or is there a way that I can get back that bread to do whatever. But if it's gone, it's gone. Then I'm not a person. I used to dwell. I used to dwell badly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Now it's an everyday thing. Now, bro, take that scenario, yeah, of you losing money. You're supposed to go somewhere and do something with that money. Now take that scenario and put that scenario a good few years back. Yeah, you're a youth. You got to go shop for your mum.
No, do you know what? I want to backchat. It depends. If you lose your rent money, I don't know how you would. But if you lose your rent money, yeah, fam, then man's dwelling.
Yeah, of course.
Like, man's not dwelling, but you gotta get that bread back. But that's like you're cussing yourself for hours.
Yeah, of course. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, as a child, how would you deal with that versus when you was a youth compared to today? Certain youths, I know. Yeah, certain children, they just be like, oh well, it's nothing. Mum's got more money.
Whose money are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. You don't really. Right, that's what I'm saying. If it's your mum's money, you're scared of the repercussions, bro. Yeah,
right. You're scared of the repercussions, or you may have been. Yeah, other children today, in today's society, bro, just deal. Their coping mechanism.
They spend their man's money.
And their coping mechanism with dealing with certain situations like that. All right, so let's go back to bullying at school. Yeah. Bullying, as we already stated, is nowhere near the same as it was when we was youths as it is today. Now, the youths today, how they deal with bullying, how they cope with it, is nothing like we did. You don't think so?
I think it all boils down to the... Do you want me to be real with you, yeah?
Go on, say it boils down to the individual.
Nah, it all boils down to the same thing, innit? Like, in my head, yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying, yeah. But it's like when you're talking and I'm thinking and my eyes opening up, you get me? And I'm like, bro, cool. The outcome has always been the same with bullying. That has never, ever changed. Yeah?
The outcome hasn't changed, definitely. But
the methods of bullying have changed.
Yep.
Yeah? And I think with that, yeah, youths still commit suicide. Youths was committing suicide from when man was a youth.
Exactly. But
it's just more now. You get me?
Because the coping mechanism changed, bro. As
yeah,
you
but
stated,
their climate's changed. It's always in their face.
Right, exactly. But because of social media and because they're, as you said, because they're watching their peers
do
the same thing, or they're in a position that they want to be in, how they deal with it.
I think it's just more pressure.
Completely different.
I think they deal with it the same way, but in the sense where I agree with you is there's more pressure. It's just more. Everything's just more. Everything is just heavier. Like, could you open my eyes up with that one there? Yeah. Everything is the same, bro. Like, but it's just more. It's just intense. It's just more intense. It's just more heightened. Like, so has it really changed? You get me? Or is it just because there's more pressure? You know what I'm saying?
I think you're right there, because bullying hasn't changed. Life hasn't changed fundamentally.
Really and truly, life
changed.
ain't changed. The same rules that applied in 19 whatever apply now, fam. It's just how you pattern.
Right. You're definitely right with that. And when it comes to children dealing with certain things, I don't think much has changed. But as you said, because
you
it's
are right.
more.
You're right. You are right.
Their coping mechanisms are different now.
Still. Yeah, it is different.
Because as we said, bro, social media puts things right in their face now. Yeah, you see, as you said, you slamming doors and doing this, that, and the other because they've seen other youths do that. That's how they deal with things. That's how they cope with things. So now we're looking at a new generation of youths doing something. Exactly, slamming doors. And then you got, the same generation of youths. Bro, imagine, so you got a youth that comes from a broken home. Yeah, we know quite a few of them. But broken homes haven't changed. Yeah, that's something that's been around. But how the youth deals with being in a broken home now is different.
How would you say that? What's different?
Right.
What makes you say it's different?
Because of mental health and everything, and mental health awareness and general health awareness, there's a lot more. There's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more awareness for it. So there's a lot more help behind it. So the children now who are in those situations don't have to deal with this. Don't have to deal with the same situation.
Yeah. I was just getting tossed away.
Exactly.
Something wrong with my man.
Certain youths, certain brothers my age, bro, foster care. Done. That's it. Now the youths are
psychiatrists.
Right. Exactly. The youths get asked questions, and I'm like, for me, it's weird because I'm like, well, hold on, the youth can. They're going to answer a question, like a serious question. They don't even know squat about life, but you're asking them serious questions.
Still, my opinion, my one.
Yeah? See, now, I can say me as well, bro. I was in therapy, but this is what I'm saying. It's, as you said, it's been there.
But it's not, as open. Yeah, it's more, everything's more.
And because there is so much more, the youths now, they're coping with things in different ways than we used to. They're not coping the same.
The only reason I say it's the same is because I ain't heard no new crimes yet.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fully understand what you're saying. I fully hear you. But the only reason why I say it's the same, that, you know what's mad, yeah? I had some trainers, even trainers that I've got on now,
it's nice.
Yeah, bro, they'll come out in the 70s. Do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I bought them like last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. It really is.
It's either more or less, innit?
It's remarketed.
It's just remarketed, rebranded. You get me?
Yeah.
Like,
see.
Instead of instead of dashing the youth away now. They give man pills, bro.
Yeah, right. Okay. So the youth has to cope differently because us now, they may not have given us as many pills. They may have sent us away.
I remember some youths that was on some mad shit at school, but it weren't like now. Like youths are really prescribed what big businessmen, bosses, CEOs have to take to calm down their shit, and it's like. You already know, cause sister's a TA and she has to deal with certain things.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, fam. Like, you're right in the extent of like, there's no new crimes, but there's things like everything is just different. It's more intense. The pills, everything.
And I don't know. Well, I can't say I don't know. I know. They're hurting. These big business are hurting the children of the next generation doing things like what they're doing, because bro, as a big man, yeah, going through life and learning the lessons that I've learned, you have to be able to cope with certain things. Otherwise,
but do you know what? No, do you know what? Yeah, I agree. But do you know what? Yeah, be real. This is where I will say it goes down to individual, because some people just can't cope with certain things that an next man can cope with. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth, bro.
That's very true.
And that don't mean that person come from a lesser background. Like, raw, my man's just not for him. He's not built from that type of.
Man's got a stronger back. Certain man got a stronger back than situations. Others. But you see now, no. I get what you're saying.
See, certain situations, isn't it?
Right.
Because this strong back man might crumble under a next situation.
Of course he would, bruv. As you said, everyone's an individual. But what these big businesses doing, they're making that playing field level, where we know that playing field can't be level, bruv.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be level.
Yeah, everyone's got to have their own realness.
Right.
But then I'm not gonna lie. In my head, the system's
Of course it is
designed for people to get fucked up. The system's designed for a certain type of people to feel like they're mashed up, when really there's nothing wrong. It's just that you can't function in this grid that they've made for man. You get me?
Which is unfortunate, because we should all be able to function.
I'll be real with you. I haven't always been able to function. There are times I have to look at myself with certain things.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Raw, like I've had to really pattern up and make certain things happen, like you yourself. So I can understand how it's wild out here, bro. Do you understand? I got some brethrens that showman that fam, life is so for showman, that it is wild out here, bro. And you know what? Strength isn't with everyone at the same time.
That's very
You get me?
Yep.
Like certain man have to go through other things to earn their strength or gain their strength for certain things. For whatever's in their journey, you get me?
Yeah, I get that, bro. And I fully endorse that, bro. Everyone has to be on their own journey. But you see, when other people are involving themselves in your journey, and they're making it so your journey is the same as Timmy's journey.
Yeah, they just fucked it up.
Yeah, that's
part of the regime.
Yeah, but that's not right. But that can't be part of life, bro, because it's only gonna mess up the youths for in the future. Because
but whose future though?
Theirs.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
I kind of get that. Yeah,
future's a relative thing, you know,
bro. Because if they're all on.
No, I'm not saying. Let me land when I say this.
Go on.
I mean, like, it's fucking up like the future for like youths, for people who care. But it's better, probably making a better future for people who need cannon fodder, or you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
He who
understand that.
He who makes the rules breaks the rules.
Yeah, bro. Definitely you're not wrong there, bro. Definitely not wrong there. History is written by the victors and all of that as well.
So it's mad, like it's like, does man really have a chance? Do the youths really have a chance? That's where it comes into. That's why I know it's always about the youths, but it comes up.
Of course it does, bro. Of course it does. This is why we have to be able to understand. You know what? If we don't teach them how to be able to cope with things and how to adapt and observe when needed, then I'm sorry, but this is just my personal opinion. If I haven't done that with my children, bro, I feel like I failed as a parent. Because not only because I am their parent, but my brother, if I don't teach them, life's gonna teach them in
a different way.
Yeah, and I might not want them to learn that way, bro. And not to be funny, but 100%. That's my coping mechanism with the thing.
100%.
Like, and I don't know how they're going to be able to deal with it if I don't teach them certain things. And that's just, bro. That.
A man can teach, innit? You can teach, but it's up to the youth to apply it. But as long as you've done your thing, you get me. That's what I believe. As long as you've done your thing and you try to, teach your children them that like how to pattern through life, or how to deal with situations, then yeah, I think that's you get me, a big part of the job, bro.
It is, my
money
brother.
it was gonna be here.
Yeah, right, exactly. And we don't know how things is gonna go for them when we're not here. But I would like to trust in the fact that I've done a well enough job to teach my children how to
So at
cope.
least they know, when you get me.
Yes.
Whatever they do is whatever they do with it, but at least they know.
Because I'm sure any parent in our situation, and you brothers listening, I'm pretty sure all of you as well want your children to be able to cope. Just cope with any given situation that's thrown at them. We all want our children to be able to cope as youths and as big people.
I think with the coping thing, life would be a bigger teacher than
Of
you
course
will
it
ever
is.
be, so or I will ever be to manage you.
Of course
Because
it is.
that's, you get me, that's how you
learn from
get me,
life.
that's how they see themselves like in this situation.
Yeah, but how we prepare them to deal with certain situations.
Yeah, I hear that, bro. I hear that. But you know why I'm shaking my car? I remember my mom telling me, yeah, I'm emotional in it, yeah. She's like, yeah, don't let your emotions rule your judgment and that. She always used to say that to me, yeah.
Grandmother used to say something similar to me, bro.
Like, always. And it's like, yeah, I heard it.
Yeah,
But I had to go through some things to actually understand and learn, like, yo, okay, number one, that's what that means. Okay, now I know what she's saying, and now that I know what it means, okay, boom. You get me? You can try.
Yeah, but you see, that's the preparation now.
Yeah, that's the
You may not
prep
have,
still.
you
Yeah,
may
that's
not
the
have
prep.
been willing to learn the first
Yeah,
time
that's the prep still.
when mum was giving you the lesson.
That's
but
the prep.
You
Yeah,
was
that's the prep.
exactly, the prep was there. So you come back, you was able to bounce back a little bit stronger and a little bit quicker just because of that.
Yeah, I fully hear that.
And if you don't got that, you kind of
you won't
stumbling and
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's
true.
hard. We're both right.
Yeah, that's so definitely. No, preparation is key still.
Yeah, man.
For anything, you get me?
Yeah. And especially with your children, I don't think you can go wrong ever preparing them for anything. Like, you don't know what life's gonna throw at them. You don't know what life's gonna throw at you. And putting your children in the best possible position to be able to just cope is, bro, it's all we can possibly do. Like, we all want the best for our children. We've said it a million times here already. Yeah, we all want our children to be better versions or the best versions of themselves. But we all ultimately want them to be better than us anyway. So, you know what I mean? Preparation is the key, bruv. Just giving them all the tools possible to be able to say, right, you know what? Even the that happened. Alright, cool, it happened. But you know what? I didn't see it coming, but I was told about this.
Yeah.
So let me quickly pattern up and do what I'm doing. Exactly. Instead of being blindfolded, stumbling around in the dark with one hand.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's really a no-brainer. Like, we all know that times change and times are changing. Right now, we're living through what our grandchildren and great-grandchildren are going to see as a time when that was cheap technology, that was
big
rubbish.
change, the time before the change.
Exactly, we're living through it right now.
We're in history right now. Ukraine and all that shit popping off. We're in history right now. We're in it. Like, we're.
So in 50 to 100 years, the coping mechanisms of the youths then are going to be completely different. The world's going to be a different place. So they're going to have to be able to cope with whatever is thrown at them then in a different manner.
They even want to think about 50 to 100 years from now, bro.
Listen, I don't either. And you know me, I'm somebody that I often think about, what's going to happen and how's blah, blah, blah going to be. And certain times I stumble myself and I'm like, I I don't really want to know about that. I've asked the question now, but it's too late for me to unask the question.
Yeah.
So, you kind of worried and a bit apprehensive and scared and trying to deal with stuff. Yeah, it's all mad. Life's a funny thing. It really is a funny thing. Don't know what's coming. You don't know when it's coming or how it's gonna turn up.
Never change.
That's it.
Yeah, things God. Yeah, as long as you prepare your children, but
Number one thing, bro, preparation. Give your children the tools. Make sure they know what they're doing with them themselves. Or at least, if they don't know what they're doing, they know what they're for. You know what I mean? Because that's like anybody learning a trade. You see somebody do something before you start learning and you're like, yeah, I can do that. But until you actually know,
technique.
that's right.
Yeah.
You need to know what you're doing with it first, man. It is. But you know what? We all of us brothers, and you listening, we're all trying to be better. Not only for ourselves, but for our children. And that can only produce better human beings. Hopefully. That's what we want to happen. Whether it does happen or not, it's completely different. So,
Idiocracy, man.
Yeah. You have to take it one step at a time, one generation at a time, and hope that the generation after us is better than us. So my brothers.
Yeah, when you just have to look. No, I hear you. I know you're trying to wrap him. Let's really wrap him up still, but bro, it's mad here because it's like when you deep, like whether you're on like France, Spain, Brazil, wherever, there's a regime everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's like you want the kids to like be a certain way.
But even them, like, how
The regimes peak, like everything, like as adults, yeah, we see things like on a day to day. We might see things like, oh my days, or why is that being shown? Or why?
Yep.
These youths here are just seeing things every day from all angles, hearing things every day from all angles, and that.
Yeah.
Feeling things that this. Do you know? I feel like in this day and age, I feel like there's a very big attack here on self-esteem.
Oh yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like a big attack on self-esteem,
Yeah.
fam. Like, especially with the youth, bro. Like, back in the day, man dish you might feel bad. After you diss man back, you might feel bad. But, bro, you know your self-esteem, like, now. Someone's saying your butters and you're going on Instagram, you're seeing bare pretty people with this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's mad, bro.
The whole universe has gone down the drain. You're thinking, oh my gosh, yeah,
Sorry,
you
I keep
actually.
knocking the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's out of whack. The universe is definitely out of whack
bro.
right now. It's like, it's definitely out of whack. Like, I can definitely feel man becoming the machine. You get me?
Yeah, I'm behind you with that one. I'm glad you actually mentioned like different countries, bro, because I kind of forgot to say that. Brothers, I'm sorry, mate. Children from other countries tend to deal with things differently. Children, especially children from like third world countries, they tend
But
to.
it's been hard. It's just hard.
Exactly.
It's just hard.
Life's it's different.
You get me? Like, it's not even, do you know what, yeah? It's not hard, yeah. You have to use your brain, innit?
Yep.
That's all it is, innit? Over here, you can be as dumb as a plank and cut through, fam.
That's first world countries are making it hard for the youths, bro. They're giving them that level playing field.
You get me?
Everyone's supposed to.
Yeah, what, be the same?
Yeah, we're all supposed to be here.
Yeah.
On we're all supposed to be on level 9, where third world countries you got man level 10, 15, level 1, level 5.
Yeah. And there's opportunities that they get are just not the same as the
Yeah,
Western
they're different,
world.
innit? So as we coping, how you're having to deal with situations is just different. For everyone, all walks of life.
But there's weak people everywhere, and there's strong people everywhere, innit? That's what I think, innit? Do you know what, yeah? That's what I say to you before we jump in. All that humans, yeah, it's the one thing that we lack, yeah. And I understand, because sometimes I'm not even like this all the time myself, but see that connection that human beings has, like how E.T., yeah, was or not. For you lot who don't know about E.T., the extraterrestrial, you get me? E.T. was on a whole nother planet, and he was trying to call home, bro. I do not feel, yeah, bro, that the human race, yeah, we have that type of connection. He wanted to be with his people, obviously his mum and dad and that, but he wanted to be with his people, bro. Yeah. That I feel like all of us on this planet are so disconnected. Yeah. You get me?
You're not wrong there, bro.
That for a reason, parents can't govern their children anymore because we're not allowed to. Government rules and little things like that.
You've got somebody else trying to run your household for you.
You do one thing left, it's snatching up your youths from you, even if you're a good parent and that.
Yeah.
Like, it's out of whack, man. It's out of whack.
It is.
You're like one of them hippie 70s dons, because you get me. It's just
yeah, man, just love and
man.
peace. That's all we're looking for, bro. Unity. Everybody working.
Man ain't gotta be brethren, cuz just leave my thing alone, I'll leave your thing alone, and then maybe if we can make money together, make the world, because this is the maddest thing, we're all fighting for something.
Yep.
But we all gotta live in this. It's like having brothers and sisters in a house, yeah. You're all beefing for the last slice of bread, yeah. But if you lot all put your chains together, you can buy a whole loaf. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's exactly what is going on the planet.
Exactly what it is. Yes, it is, my brother. Yeah.
Because my man don't want little bro to have that bread, he wants it to himself, or little sister. Like, come on, bro. That's everyone put man's change. Metaphorically,
we can all
man's
eat.
energy, whatever it is.
We can all eat. Everyone can get food.
Yeah, man. But hey, we understand.
It is a struggle. It is a struggle, my brothers. But you know what? Dad's always on job. Man has to stay up.
That's why it starts in the home. That's why, man, for sure. That's why a dad is like. I was thinking today, obviously, you know what's going on. No, you don't know what's going on in my yard, but yeah, the little shows you the cool.
I'm privy to some information. Yes.
And it's like, that's present ain't really, it's not really right. It's not really necessary. It's necessary, but it's not like the be all and end all. But then I just said, nah, man, because you know what it is. You need to give your youth that kind of foundation.
Yes, it is.
You get me? It's so important. Both realms, masculine and feminine energy. You can't let your youth just always be on the mum's pattern. You get me? They need that masculine energy. They need to understand it. They need to, you know what I'm saying, not fear it.
No, embrace it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're a boy or child, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're a girl child, you're supposed to understand it.
But you know, it's mad, yeah. At the same time, us as dads, we need to sometimes we need to not scare our youths, but
of course, bro, I know this.
You get me?
But do you know what?
Not even you.
No, in general. You know in general.
Yeah, but man needs to.
This is hopefully what we're doing, bro. Like, we're helping each other and helping the rest of the man them embrace that in themselves. You know what? This is it. Because it is. It really is. Like, I've watched my two grow and try to understand different things, and this is ultimately why I'm doing Future Fathers, because, brother, you know as well as I do, there's men out there who have had no teachers, no guidance, no nothing.
Real man, get me?
And they don't know what they're doing. And all they need is somebody just to talk to them. That's it.
Ideas, get me?
That's
ideas.
right.
Ideas are important.
Yep. And all we're trying to do is fill them up with as many as possible.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't take nothing away from them. Give them everything you can. Everything, all the time. Or as much as you can. Because you might not be able to give them everything. And sometimes you don't want to give them everything. But giving them just enough to learn how to deal with things, and especially how to cope with life itself in general.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's mandatory, bruv. That's mandatory. Man's supposed to do that. Yeah, your youth is supposed to feel comfortable in your presence and your essence. Yeah, there's no man out there that's got a youth that their youth is supposed to feel uncomfortable around them. Unfortunately, these things happen, but you know what? You can always turn that around. So, bros, you know where it is, yeah? Giving your child as much of you as you can will give them the confidence to push forward and learn from life while learning about life. Coping with different situations and circumstances that may arise around them is a huge thing, because without that, the essence of life is gone. You're not able to learn nothing. And we all want our youth to learn something. They're supposed to be able to learn something from every opportunity given to them every single day of their lives. I've tried to live by that. You know what? Every opportunity that I get is a learning opportunity for me and a teaching opportunity for me also. The same goes for my youths. I learn from them every single day. They learn from me. And I'm in a position to teach them. But they don't yet understand how they're able to teach me. Not as big people, they can't. Not until they have their own children. And the cycle then begins. So my brothers, I hope you've taken a little bit from today. Because I have. It's nice getting to this is the essence of future fathers. Being able to sit down, converse about something, and we all leave thinking, okay, do you know what? All right. You don't even have to put it into words. Just having the thought in your head and having that essence around you to actually ask a question. As you stated to me before, my brother, ask questions. It's the only way you're going to get better at doing something, and it's the best way to get better at doing something, asking questions. So my brothers, I beg you, please, please, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
That's what we want you to do all the time, every day. Yeah. And also, don't forget, we've got the live stream coming up soon.
Yeah.
So, you lot have to get ready.
You get me.
Come with your questions.
All of that.
Come with your life experiences, advice, everything you got. Bring it here to Future Fathers and we can all sift through it together.
Yeah, man. Get it cracking. Do it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, my brothers, as it is, I've been D.
I'm Nay.
And this is the Future Fathers FF podcast. I beg you, stay blessed.
More love.